Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday, the 20th of June 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Wildwood Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Sunday and what's coming up on this day. That card does want to go back in, so we've got the Eight of Bows. It's the Eight of Wands. Then we've got the Five of Stones, Endurance. And the Ten of Vessels, Happiness. Okay, the Eight of Bows usually is a card that says that there are news coming in and there's information that really gives you a sense of certainty and a sense of drive and a direction for your future. So it's something that suddenly becomes very heated internally and it's like, wow, this is something I care about, this is something I want to do. Here we've got so it really relates to your life purpose and really getting on track and saying, this is something I really care about. I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to design my life around this inner desire and I'm going to make the world fit that, instead of saying, I don't really know what I want to do, so I'm going to let the world kind of define me and put me in circumstances that I don't really want to be in. So it's really empowering. Knowledge is power, because when you know what you want to do, then you can actually take steps to realize that. And that's what the Eight of Bows provides you with. Here we've got a scene of men kind of celebrating around a fire. And it's all very jovial and happy. And they're having a great time. And it really indicates that it's a time out. They're not hunting right now. They're kind of gathering around the fire at night. They're warming up. They're taking a little bit of a break. And they're enjoying each other's company. And it's a good time to socialize and to share your plans for the future with other people, because those around you may have some useful takes on what you're planning, and they may even help you. They may even have some knowledge of how you can proceed and what you can do to kind of get your foot in the door. And other people are really going to be a useful resource in the sense of they will help you to realize your hopes and dreams. And there's very little risk of other people stealing your idea and running with it. And if they do, then that's not in their favor and it's really no threat to you. Because the whole point of the Eight of Bows is that something is revealed to you, some sort of knowledge that really is unique to you. And if you decide to become a forest ranger, and that suddenly is revealed as your true passion, and you pursue that, and you tell other people about it, one, you may get ideas of how to apply and how to train and where to work and all of that stuff. But if someone around there says, hey, I don't really know what to do with my life, but this person has decided that they want to work in the forest, that might suit me as well. Then that's their journey. It's a borrowed desire. It's a borrowed life purpose that's only going to take them so far. And they'll have to kind of rethink that later on. But it really is no skin off your nose. So don't feel like you have to hang on to your ideas or keep your guard up. Other people will really be a positive part of this whole journey, and they can really add something fun and make things a lot easier because of prior knowledge that exists. We've also got this guy raising a cup. So it's kind of like he's making a toast to everyone else. So the certainty and this new goal that you have in mind, it may inspire other people to do the same. So even if someone is borrowing it, or if it inspires someone to look inside themselves and says, hey, what warms me? What makes me feel alive? Then you're doing a nice thing for other people indirectly, simply by being authentic and committing to your own purpose. And it's going to take you a long way. And I feel like there's some other meaning that I'm not seeing just yet, that the card is kind of talking to me and saying, don't move on yet, there's something else. So we've got these trees above, we've got the heat rising, we've got the light that's going to be visible from far away, okay, so that's inspirational to everyone else. We've got this real brotherhood. There are no women here, it's all men pretty much by the looks of it. The beard in front there. So in the tarot, men are associated with building and taking action and creating things based on your own strength and your own willpower. So this is something that isn't going to be handed to you. It's going to arise from within. And then it's really up to you to take concrete steps to plan how you're going to realize this. It's not going to be a day where suddenly you get, a letter in the post that says, you have been accepted to this wonderful course, even though you never apply. Miracle of miracles. It's not impractical, and it's not something that seems to just be like a really a very unlikely kind of gift that's given to you. It's going to be knowledge and certainty, and then it's down to you to build on that certainty. The Five of Stones, endurance. We've got this young girl sitting outside the cave, also tending to a fire, and we've got a fire at the center of this card. So really the center of the day is really this source of heat and warmth, which you can kind of get near to, and that's going to warm up the rest of your experience. It's going to give you a sense of being sheltered and having a safe place. And it's something that really inspires you and lights you up internally, and that means you can face the difficulties of this world because you have new hope for the future, and that gives you the courage to continue. It gives you stamina. It gives you this endurance. So even if you feel like you're out by yourself, you're vulnerable, you don't know exactly what it is you're doing, the party has ended, and now it's time for you to start all over again, by looking at what warms you as such. And what I mean by that is what gives you that inner glow of, if I pursue this, it's really going to go well. And even if the outcome isn't even that important, what can I align myself with that's going to allow me to enjoy the journey and help me live my life in the most positive way possible? And if you hang on to that, despite the lightning bolts outside and the storms and the weather and the lack of support and a feeling that you're not experienced enough and that you're vulnerable and by yourself, if you hang on to that, you end up with the Ten of Vessels, and that's happiness. And that's a card that says you can manifest everything you ever wanted. The only thing that you need to do today is endure and get nearer to that source of warmth and light and fire. And that's really all you need to do. So the elements are, even though this is in the element of earth, we've got fire at the center of it. So we've got fire and water. That's perfect balance between the masculine and the feminine. Water is a feminine element, fire is masculine. And if you take your willpower, it's going to allow you to get rid of any kind of obstacles, and it will allow you to manifest things instantly by taking practical action and by illuminating hidden things which hadn't been revealed to you just until then. And you'll find little crevices and ways forward that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. So really just tune into what is it that motivates me, what gives me a sense that if I get to do this every day, I'll be really happy. And it doesn't matter if it seems impractical, as long as you're able to take some sort of concrete steps to make this a reality. It's kind of like a fine line between manifestation and taking action. So don't let yourself be put off by things seeming really unfriendly or blocked off to you. It's a day where it's about sliding between the cracks and finding a specific way forward that only you can see. So if it's something like, you live in a city, but you want to be a farmer, then that may seem really unlikely, but it's certainly doable. And if you speak to other people, you may see some sort of an opening. And if you hang on to that thought, I want to be a farmer, regardless of where I live, I am going to manifest that, then by the end of the day, you'll be much happier because you'll have made progress, or you'll have received information which allows you to translate this dream into a reality. So hang on to your dreams, and first of all, pick up your dreams and acquire them and let them kind of arise from within, and then do something about them. Really encouraging. 10 and 8 is 18, and 5 is 23. Again, we've had the number 5 loads lately. 10 and 5 is 15, and 8 is 23, 2 and 3 is 5. Yeah, 5 is freedom in numerology. And this is saying that it doesn't matter whether you're 8 years old or 80 years old, you are here for a reason, you have a purpose for your life. And if you endure all the difficulties that say, no, you can't, because your family doesn't want you to do this, or you don't have the education, or you don't have the experience, and if you push all of that aside, and you look at how you're actually going to do it in the here and now, then you'll be able to realize that. If you ever read anyone's biography, it's so interesting. I used to really be into biographies and read a lot of them. And you see these celebrated people and their stories, and from a kind of uninformed outside perspective, you just look at these people and say, oh wow, didn't they have a fabulous life? But when you get into the actual details of their life, 99.9, well, not even 100% of the time, each one of those people had something difficult that they had to deal with, struggle through, and overcome. And that's something that we all have. And if we give up and we let our kind of limitations define us, then we're not going to get anywhere. So I'm not saying you have to do all of that by yourself, but you can tap into your emotional and spiritual resources to say, I am going to ignore the obstacles and the lightning outside. I'm going to look at the light, what warms me. I'm going to share my ideas with other people, and I'm going to draw on the messages of my higher self and the support of others around me to get to a position in life that I want to be in. And that's doable. And that really is freedom, because then nothing and no one and the world cannot define you. You define the world, and you make a contribution. And that's really the way I feel it's supposed to be, because you are unique. You do have special gifts and talents, and the rest of us need to hear about those. And if you stay at home or in your little cave not doing anything about it, then the rest of us are never going to find out. So go for it. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal readings. To draw up your chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. Once I have that info, I can draw up a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, and that really allows me to answer any questions you've got. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.